Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
And then within the reasoning, we started hearing the terms food security and food sovereignty,
Yes.
which then brought to light the necessity that, how can we fight a war without having our own food source? How can we free the people without having our own food source? So then everything started to hit me like how Ali would be hitting them. Yeah, and I couldn't really bob and weave from truth.
Yes.
So then now having the impetus to even invest in land and invest in farmland, all of this was, boy, necessary, and I mean everything connected.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man. I'm an entertainment attorney, I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm an actionist, and today I sit before you as the host of the Lion Voice vlog. And I have a very special guest here on the Lion Voice vlog that I want to share with the network. I say my superpower is the network, and this brethren here is a key part of the network, whether it's Jamaica Music Conference, whether it's ARC, whether it's IDOR, with all of the different works, this brethren has played a role over the years. Website, design, the look and feel of most of the things that you see, I and I over the years. But even before that, if we go into the Washington DC music scene, dancehall scene, the culture scene, the live music scene, even the festival scene, we cannot talk about DMV history without talking about this brother here. He's also the son of Rastafari royalty. you know, Brother Carl and Mama Valerie Phillpotts. Who am I talking about? Yeah, Wonder. No, you're not Wonder, I'm right, yes. This is Wally Kings, aka Ras Wolde, aka one of these different names. He's, you know, one of I bona fide brethren.
Yeah, man.
And is a blessing, you know. Just introduce yourself for the people.
Well, give thanks for having I on the Lion Voice vlog, you know, 'cause as a lion, I want my voice to be heard also. So I was looking forward to this outer view, you know? Yeah, we give thanks. So my name is Wolde Phillpotts, aka Ras Wolde. As a Kwasi say, make I add some more, aka Wally Kings, you know, aka Uncle Daddy, you know. Yeah, man. But I mean,
Grandfather.
Grandfather too, blessed and highly favored, aka. Right. So we just give thanks to be able to play our part within the overall realm of Rastafari works, because I was born and bred a Rastafari youth, as Kwasi mentioned. I have to bless up and show my homage to my parents, Brother Carl Phillpotts and Sister Valerie Simeon Phillpotts, who are stalwarts within the movement of Rastafari and has taught me and groomed I within that same realm. So we just give thanks to be here, you know, making them proud and also fulfilling the works of His Imperial Majesty in our own little way.
All right. I want to kick off this interview a little different. I want to start with your newest business or entrepreneurial endeavor, which is agribusiness. Well, first of all, just explain how you became involved with ARC, Association of Rastafari Creatives, the connection with, you know, how you got into the agricultural mindset. You're doing several agricultural projects, and then we want to go in depth into Vivia Garden.
All right.
How did Vivia Garden come about? How did you become, you know, one of the key investors and shapers of this groundbreaking project? You know, where has it been and where is it going?
All right. Well, the agripreneurship run began in the midst of COVID. You know, every goodie was locked down. We had a lot of time to think and look into self and look into the needs, and then we saw that the food on the shelf was getting limited, and that now we had to focus on foods that would boost our immune and also be much more nutritious for the body, right? So it all began when Kwasi here mentioned that, you know, we needed to put together something for the Rastafari creatives, because being a managing member of the JMC from even Jump Street again, because one thing I believe and I know is that iron sharpen iron. So then now each of us as even entrepreneurs, as young black males, one thing we need is support and also encouragement. So then I believe that once then I could assist and support my brethren visions, that I will be able to garner that same support for the visions and then the insight I had. So then, you know, within that time, we said JMC, which is the Jamaica Music Conference. I joined in, I came on, I utilized I skills, because for like 25 years I have been promoting events. Started in the dancehall and then escalated into what then we call red, gold and green events. Meaning now live shows and then events that really, you know, exemplify what I stand for and what I am supposed to be representing as a Rasta man. Everything with a message and with a meaning. So then now the same time I am growing as a promoter, going from dancehall to the mega clubs of DC, bringing them reggae music.
First time Chronics come at DC, who was that?
Right, we bought Chronics here first. We have always been pioneers. I even have to mention DJ Khaled. I was the first and the only one to bring DJ Khaled to then Washington DC as a DJ. After he performed at Fully Loaded,
Yes.
for Sharonburg in Jamaica. My brethren and my brother Chin recommended Khaled to me because I always got a Chin as a, again, iron sharp iron, so I always see Chin as a miles ahead within the promotion game.
It's the Iron Eye Schoolmate Howard University.
Yes.
So one link, same way.
One link. So the main thing was to lean on those strengths, and then Chin at that point, the boy Wally, that is a nickname, a AKA, right? Him say, boy, I have someone for you. I have Khalid. Khalid is a good, and I was like, who's that? And then him show me the video, and I said, Khalid, bust the place, and I say, alright, boom. So the name of that dance was a bustle.
Okay.
So then Khalid was the perfect fit. That was the same time Steely Bashman was starting his solo career. The same time Ricky Trooper was starting his solo. So I had all three, including Washington DC's #1 sound system, Emperor, within a hall, and Khalid came and he bust the place same way. So just to give you a brief, of that, the background there. Then now reached a point where I had to register Wally Kings Entertainment as a entity. So then now I turned to my brethren, attorney, activist, actionist, to say, yo, look, I need some help. So he offered me the assistance. We then registered the entity. I became one of the registered promotion companies within the area. And then now, at that same time, his partner, attorney partner, he and couple ones had the concept to start the Jamaica Music Conference. And at that time, because of the promotional background, I was doing a little bit of everything. The Facebook was fresh, Instagram wasn't even there yet, but then we were building websites and doing graphics and all of these things. So I had a little bit to offer to the JMC's initial growth. So worked on the website,
flyers,
yes,
step and repeats, all of them,
all of these things. Holy power. But then because then it was the love, the love of the music, and this is what we know to do. And as we say, strength to strength. So we jumped in, and it earned me partnership within this viable company, which is recognized by the Jamaica government, which the Jamaica government even used to speak at
UNESCO. Yeah,
UNESCO as a reference about things Jamaican being done.
yes.
I thank UNESCO for this inscription. Jamaicans have long recognized that this element means so much to so many, all around the world. With this inscription, Jamaica is of the view that it will invariably bring even more visibility to the representative list of tangible cultural heritage of humanity and intangible cultural heritage as a whole. The number of reggae music practitioners across the globe grows every day, and as a nation, Jamaica continues to support academic conferences in its jurisdiction, such as the Jamaica Music Conference and the upcoming sixth Biennial Global Reggae Conference. These conferences include practitioners sharing with other reggae stakeholders, students, and the public.
So then, that was a proud moment to see that the sacrifices made were also recognized by like others. So then now, after working so closely with the brethren, and then now over the years as a Rastafari youth now, there were always ones within the Rastafari movement that I would see as stalwarts, people doing work, not just talking, not just just smoking and wearing locks, but always functioning. And Kwasi was one. I've mentioned my brother Rasta Keishan. I spent years around Elder Rasiris and many more. So I literally gravitated towards these ones. Now, here we come now, COVID time. It was when Kwasi brought the idea to I about the Association of Rastafari Creatives. It wasn't even called Rastafari Creatives. It was just a concept that the brethren envisioned that we have to do something similar to the Jamaica Music Conference, highlighting Rastafari ones. Alright, so then we went to work, and boy, if you all know the Dejazmatch, the outreach is tremendous. So then now the brethren reach out to a massive ones within Jamaica, throughout the world, and we started having calls, Zoom calls, throughout the world, weekly, historic, and we were able to channel all of that energy towards the work, while we couldn't even move to actually do physical work. We were doing the mental work of planning, brainstorming, and building out ARC. So then within ARC, we had different departments. So then my then interest at that point was development. So I became the alpha chair of the ARC land acquisition and development committee, co-chaired by Sister Isla Benjamin, powerful sister of the Big Arab Salute. We love you. And then at that point, everything started to develop. So then within that land acquisition and development committee now, we put together a Rastafari land registry, where then we said we would reach out to see where Rastafari ones had land, right? That then we can add to this registry, so that we wouldn't have to think about acquiring land, because Rastafari ones already had land. So then now the registry became a very long registry. I think it highlighted over 3,000 acres of land, right? And I mean, simultaneously, I was introduced to the Vivier Garden project by some elders who are a part of the Ethiopian World Federation, brought me in. I sat down and listened, and we connected well. I mean, at that point, because we were not doing shows anymore, I decided to invest in land, because I believe that one of the greatest investment on earth is earth, because the earth is not going anywhere. People come and go and even go back to the earth, but the earth remained the same. So I was like, this is a secure investment. And then at that time, everything was just working. You know, it was a divine works, meaning now COVID, ARC, land acquisition and development, Vivia Gardens, the registry, everything just fell into place. So push come to shove now, we learned of Vivia Gardens, 169 acres, which then now a sister Hope Barrett has the power of attorney over this land. Her family owns 600 and plus acres, which was handed down to them by their grandfather or father, I'm not sure, Mr. Barrett. Mr. Barrett owned this 600 odd acres of sugarcane land, which was on a piece of land that the government named the Queen's land. So you understand, which is a mistake in itself, right? But you know, the family owned the land, so I invested within the Vivia Garden project, and then now attached ARC land development and acquisition move with the Vivia Garden project. One of the subgroups, or then which is now one of the main groups of ARC, which was formed, was the Agricultural Committee.
Big up Caris, because Caris was the one that said we need a separate agriculture.
We need a separate group for agriculture, which was, boy, a powerful move, because ARC considered the farmer as a creative, which was another powerful association, because the farmers are creatives. The farmer take a seed, dig up the earth, create a space for that seed to be planted and nurture the plants like our mother would nurture a child, and watch it grow, and the earth, that nature, creates this tree that bears fruit that feeds people. So it's just one creative process that was never associated or linked. I mean, even now reasoning, we then realize that slavery in itself took us away from the land because of the trauma, because of the abuse of our slavery and the trade, because we were taken from home to work land. So then now, over the years, all of us is like, we don't want to do no land work, we don't want to do no more farming, it's backbreaking, So the concept of farming became far-fetched. So within the Agricultural Committee now, and reason with farmers and people who are, who have been studying it and working it, we have to big up Aya Gift, the Alpha Chair of the Agricultural Committee. We have to big up Empress Petrie, which is the Omega Chair of the Agricultural Committee. Both brought some powerful people to the table. And then within the reasoning, we started hearing the terms food security and food sovereignty, which then brought to light the necessity that, you know, how can we fight a war without having our own food source? How can we free the people without having our own food source? So then everything started to hit me like how Hollywood would be hitting them. And I couldn't really bob and weave from truth. So then now having the impetus to even invest in land and invest in farmland, all of this was, boy, necessary, and I mean everything connected. So then it bred this desire in me now to focus on agriculture. Right? So then now, even within my growing, I learned of the term agropreneurship, which again touched me again, and I was like, you know what, I am an agripreneur. You know, so simultaneously too, I was able to travel to Ethiopia after COVID lifted, and then before that, one of our brethren who was a caretaker of the Crown Prince, Amaselassie, Brother David Benjamin, big up Brother David, who was one of the caretakers of Amaselassie, the Crown Prince, over in Virginia here.
Formerly After Wilson.
Yes, formerly as for Wasson.
His eldest son.
Yes. Give thanks for the clarity. And then the brethren repatriated with a handful of money, but then he was able to purchase at that point it was considered 100 acres of land, which is 40 plus hectares of land. So the same group of people that introduced me to Vivia Gardens made me aware that my brother David was in Ethiopia facing a little bit of struggles, and he was about to lose this 100 acres of land. Again, we are into now land and the development of and so forth. So everything just, culminated into me joining them to really assist Brother David not to lose this land. Now, we were able to assist the brethren, help the brethren, put together a company, namely The Hungry Be Fed, which was geared towards sponsoring and supporting the building out of this farm over in Ethiopia. So you see where COVID would be giving other people headache, it was giving me a whole heap of heartfulness, full up my heart with a whole heap of necessary work, because we know say food is the staff of life. I am of the tribe of Joseph, and we have to reference the stories of Joseph, where Joseph came and stored up grain and feed the people and save the people. So it was something embedded in me to somehow play a role similar. So ARC gave me the opportunity to really venture off into this new field, and then COVID took me away from, I wouldn't say just entertaining people, but doing what I was doing with the entertainment company. So then now here we are. We are now working on a project with ARC, partnering up with Vivia Gardens to then plant some food and also help to feed the people, and then create a different energy around farming.
Yeah, so one of the things that we have determined is that we're going to start with 1 acre. Some projects are massive, multi-acre. Why 1 acre? And what crop are we looking at starting with?
All right, 1 acre we said because you see we mentioned 600 acres. It come down to 169, but we have to start somewhere.
Yes.
The term here is having a proof of concept, meaning once we are able to fulfill and grow 1 acre a crop, we can do 2 acres, we can do 3, we can do more, right? So we as ARC decided to start with 1 acre. The crop that was chosen was Scotch bonnet pepper, because I say we have to add some fire to this farming initiative, and also too the demand for Scotch bonnet pepper is very high with the companies there, and also for individual use.
Yes.
Jamaican people use Scotch bonnet pepper to flavor them food, even if it is not to spice it up.
Yes.
It is the flavor.
Because we're not only talking about servicing other companies, but our own community.
Yes.
You can touch briefly about even the ITIL certification
Yes,
standard
sir.
and why we believe that's important as ARC.
All right. ARC is looking into the ITIL certification, right? Basically, ITIL certification means now we will be using our own grow methods. People say organic, but they use matter from pig skulls and bloods, all type of thing. So then the ITIL now, we would focus on vegetable matter becoming compost to then act as the fertilizer to help grow the products with this quote unquote ITIL organic vibe, so that now we can have a higher standard of even organic to even offer the world. So just like kosher, we would be doing our ITIL standard to bring to the world a more pure form of farming and a more pure form of the food growth.
And we'll be partnering with Rastafari, the Canacure, Raga on this initiative. So they've already implemented this method using for cannabis cultivation. And ITIL is not just the vegetable matter, it's also the ISIS, chanting for the plants. They played Naya Bingi for the plants. It's a holistic system. So ARC is going to be helping to develop the trademark and also the protocol for the ITIL certification standard in conjunction with Canacure, in conjunction with Raga and other relevant Rastafari agencies. So there's a lot happening. This brother is at the epicenter of the agriculture. So it's a lot that we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about a lot more. So just stay tuned. Yes, so you can see this has been another extraordinary episode of the Lion Voice vlog, and I want the item to get used to this brethren. This is a brethren you're going to see a whole leap on this platform, and the philosophy of this platform, that the time has come for the lions to tell their own story, and this is the Lion Voice.
Lion Voice. Well, how good and how pleasant it is for an brethren and sisters to dwell in perfect love and unity. It's like a precious diamond upon I head that running down to I biceps, even to the skirts of your beautiful garments. Look how she dancing in the wild, wild west. I got my eye on her and her long dress. She says she love dress like an African. Says she Pan-African and she love her culture best. She in a room but she couldn't care less. Reggae and dancehall, that's her main interest. Her and the hip-hop made her feet them step. When she hear Afrobeats then she dance and sweat. She love that African drum, bassline sweet, then she whine and go down. Well, it no really matter about the place she's from. Coulda UK Palace or an African slum, coulda DC or in a Kingston. Her African culture she a bring come. It no really matter from she old or young. From the melody sweet she not got hold her tongue. She be singing and dancing in the wild, wild west. I got my eye on her and her long dress. She says she love dress like an African. Says she Pan-African and she love her culture best. She in a London, couldn't care less. Reggae and dancehall, that's her main interest. Her and the hip hop made her feet them step. When she hear Afro beats, then she dance and sweat. We no fear internet. Babylon can defeat Almighty in flesh. Babylon full up with pure intellect. But when we check it out, the whole of them depressed. Practice wickedness, whole of them sleepless. Them no stop pop pills, through a bag them a deck. Robber Babylon mad and them sick and them vex. Babylon love curse, every day them vex. Babylon love slave, your days for paychecks. Study Babylon ways, you just save for debt. That's why Rastafari she request. That's why she love to come a dance and wear some African dress. That's why when she dance and sweat. She treat it like exercise, keep her thighs in check. She full of African pride, that's the side she rep. She wants the Africans rise, and that's why Jah bless. That's why she dancing in the wild, wild west. I got my eye on her and her long dress. She says she love dress like an African. Says she Pan-African and she love her most job best. She in a New York, couldn't care less. Reggae and dancehall, that's her main interest. Her and the hip hop made her feet them step. When she hear Afro beat, then she dance and sweat.